seeing a lot of blowing snow coming at us, and you know, we might be hovering around that freezing line, but it feels a lot lower than that right now as I'm standing out in this with this wind blowing. Also, road conditions, I'm looking at Stockyards Expressway on the right. Earlier, cars were traveling down the road pretty easily. Now they're starting to slow down, and we're starting to see some more buildup on those roads. Behind me, you can see them moving around the salt that the city has been delivering on the roadways. Phase 2 has been put in effect, so if anyone has a car or that they've parked on emergency routes, they need to be moving those within the next 2 hours because the crews are going to start to plow those roads. So that's the latest that I have from here. And just use care and try to drive slow if you do have to go out in this. Back to you.
Yeah, not quite as bad here. We're getting a lot of reports of power outages down to the south and a lot of problems on the roads here. So far, though, conditions are just now starting to deteriorate. Let's check in with Nadia Thacker. She's live at South 3rd Street at the Salt Dome at the City Yards with more. Nadia, you look more miserable every hit.
I tell you what, I am more miserable every hit. It is just miserably cold out here. The winds especially are what are making our temperatures feel even worse. The snow doesn't help as it melts. And we actually have a clear view from where I'm standing over at Stockyards Expressway. We've seen cars starting out this morning traveling pretty well on it, but now they're going a lot slower. And this is a more well-traveled route, and we're seeing snow starting to build up on it as well. City crews are out making their rounds. They're hitting the emergency routes first, and as the snow starts to build up, they're going to have to continue to keep those clears. So some of the neighborhood streets are going to be difficult to get in and out of. So they're just urging drivers to, if you can, try to stay inside and just watch the weather conditions as they come. Back to you.
Hey, Nadia, if you can still hear me, I know you talked to Kevin Schneider earlier this morning, and he was talking about their game plan. How long does he think those plows are going to be out with this storm?
He says they'll be out as long as they need to get the routes clear. First they start in the emergency streets, then they go to the secondaries, and then from there they'll go to the lesser streets, the neighborhoods. The very end will be the cul-de-sac. So if you live on a cul-de-sac or a dead-end street, you might not see your roads cleared for 36 hours, depending on how long it takes to clear those routes first.
And how are those plow drivers holding up? They've only had about a day off since, what, last Wednesday, and they've been working 12-hour shifts, if not longer.
Kevin said yesterday, he told me that they sent the crews home by noon yesterday so they could catch up, get some rest before they hit the streets. They were out last night by 8 o'clock. Pre-treating roads, so they've been out for a good while. As you can see, we still have crews working. They're still coming in and getting more salt to hit the roadways. So they are still going. They are taking 2 shifts too, so it's not going to be the same crews the entire time.
All right, Nadia, I won't ask you any more questions. I know it's bad out there, so I'll let you warm up in the truck. We'll see you later on. Thank you very much for your help this morning. Well, what about snow removal on your own?